Beloved friends, hear this truth that the world is too often blind to see. What appears as opposition, as enemies standing in your path, is in truth a blessed gift from the divine. Yes, those very forces you perceive as barriers are the unseen hands that are sculpting your victory, shaping your destiny, and calling forth the greatness within you. Do not recoil or despair when confronted with resistance. For opposition is not your enemy. It is the workshop where your strength is forged. It is the cosmic test that awakens the hero within your soul. Every harsh word, every doubting glance, every challenge hurled your way carries a hidden blessing, waiting to be discovered. The adversary is, in fact, your ally, working tirelessly to push you beyond the limits you once believed immovable. Understand this. There is a law at work, a law so perfect and just, it balances the scales of life with exquisite precision. The law of divine compensation assures you that for every stone thrown, a monument of triumph is built. For every moment of opposition, a crescendo of success awaits you. Your enemies unknowingly craft the stage upon which your grandest victories will unfold. They create the tension that sharpens your vision and quickens your faith. Now I say to you, do not waste your precious energy on bitterness or fear. Instead, take that fire of opposition and transform it into power. Let it be the fuel that launches you into realms of possibility beyond your wildest dreams. When negativity comes knocking, open the door with faith, with joy, and with the unshakable expectation of triumph. The alchemy of spirit will turn your trials into treasures and your struggles into celebrations. Look deeply within the faces of those who oppose you, and you will see the reflection of your own hidden fears, and your untapped power. They serve as spiritual mirrors, showing you the shadows yet to be conquered and the strengths waiting to arise. By embracing this divine perspective, you free yourself from the chains of resentment and step boldly into a realm of grace, where the very forces that seem to oppose you now propel you forward. Speak these words with authority and conviction. Every enemy is a servant to my highest good. Every challenge I face strengthens me. I am victorious, and my success is inevitable. The spoken word is a creative force. It molds your world and shapes your destiny. Declare your triumphs even before they manifest, and watch as the universe conspires to bring your vision to life. Remember this always. Your enemies are not against you. They are working for you, sent by the divine to awaken your greatness, refine your character, and lead you to victory. Embrace them, bless them, and rise above. Your triumph is written in the stars, and nothing can stand in the way of the soul that knows its power. Walk forward with courage, with faith, and with the joyous certainty that every foe is a stepping stone to your magnificent success. There is a divine principle at work in the universe, a sacred law so perfectly balanced that it governs every exchange, every experience, and every moment of your life. This is the law of divine compensation, a law that ensures for every challenge you face, for every difficulty you endure, an equal or greater blessing is on its way to you. This is not mere wishful thinking or empty optimism. It is the fundamental rhythm of the cosmos, the spiritual economy where nothing is wasted, and every resistance you meet is merely the currency you pay for your ultimate triumph. When you encounter opposition, do not be dismayed, for that opposition is actually the seed of your reward. The universe operates on the principle that the energy you meet will return to you multiplied. The more intense the struggle, the more magnificent the victory. Those who seem to stand against you, who attempt to block your progress, are unknowingly paving the golden path to your success. It may seem paradoxical, but the harder the resistance, the sweeter the harvest. You see, divine compensation is not a random act of luck, but a law as reliable as the rising sun. It assures you that no hardship is ever wasted, no conflict ever futile. Your enemies may try to undermine you, but in doing so, they call forth your greatest qualities, your courage, your wisdom, your persistence. They force you to rise higher, to work harder, and to think clearer. In the furnace of opposition, you are purified and made stronger, your faith tempered and your vision sharpened. Every challenge carries with it a hidden opportunity, and every adversity is a divine invitation to claim a greater prize. The universe is constantly balancing the scales. If you endure the storm, you will bask in the sunshine twice as bright. For every negative force directed at you, there is an equal positive force ready to surge forth, breaking open doors you once thought sealed shut. This law guarantees that your efforts are never in vain, your battles never lost. Instead, they are investments in a future filled with abundance, success, and joy. Recognize that the setbacks you face today are the setups for your victories tomorrow. The universe compensates not just materially but spiritually and emotionally as well. It compensates with wisdom gained, character strengthened, and a spirit emboldened. In the grand ledger of life, your struggles are counted and balanced with blessings that far outweigh the price you paid. So when your path is blocked, when the forces around you seem to rise against you, remember this sacred truth. The universe is simply rearranging circumstances to deliver you something better than you imagined. The law of divine compensation is at work behind the scenes, crafting a magnificent reward that perfectly matches the challenge you have overcome. Trust in this law, believe in its power, and allow it to guide you through every trial. In doing so, you transform opposition into opportunity, defeat into victory, and your enemies into unexpected benefactors of your greatest good. The greatest secret to mastery in life lies not in avoiding opposition, but in learning to transform it, transmute it, from a force of destruction into a powerful engine of growth and success. Negativity, criticism, and hostility may seem like dark clouds looming over your path, but hidden within them is a radiant light waiting to be uncovered. When the world sends you challenges wrapped in harshness, the true victor is the one who does not succumb to despair, but instead responds with faith, hope, and the unwavering expectation of triumph. This is the spiritual alchemy that turns adversity into advantage, struggle into strength, and opposition into opportunity. You must understand that your outer world is a reflection of your inner words and beliefs. When faced with opposition, your immediate reaction often determines the outcome. To react with fear, anger, or bitterness only feeds the negative energy and strengthens the very force that tries to hold you back. But when you consciously choose to respond with calm confidence and positive expectation, you break the chains of limitation and open the floodgates of divine possibility. This is not some vague notion. It is a practical, powerful truth proven by countless souls who have faced seemingly insurmountable obstacles and emerged victorious. The energy of opposition, once transformed by the power of your faith and affirmations, becomes the very fuel that propels you forward. Like a blacksmith using fire to shape steel, you use challenges to mold your character, sharpen your focus, and ignite your passion. Every criticism becomes a whisper that guides you toward improvement, every rejection a redirection toward a better path, and every hardship a call to awaken the dormant greatness within you. This process of transformation is the hallmark of those who achieve lasting success, for they refuse to be victims of circumstance. They are alchemists turning base experiences into golden opportunities. It is essential to cultivate the habit of speaking words of victory over every situation. Declare with conviction that no opposition can stand against your vision, that every challenge is an invitation to rise higher, and that your faith is unshakable. The spoken word is a mighty creative force, a divine command that calls forth your destiny. When you use this power, negativity loses its grip and becomes powerless. Your enemies and detractors unwittingly become your greatest teachers and allies, helping you discover strengths and possibilities you never knew existed. Faith is the bridge between where you stand now and the triumph that awaits you. Without faith, the energy of opposition can consume you, but with faith, it becomes a wind beneath your wings. It lifts you, energizes you, and propels you toward the fulfillment of your highest dreams. Your mind, fortified by positive expectation, becomes an invincible fortress that no negativity can breach. So when negativity and opposition arise, as they inevitably will, do not shrink away. Stand tall and face them with the knowing that you hold the key to their transformation. In every moment of conflict lies an opportunity for growth. In every wave of resistance lies a hidden current of strength. Turn the dark energy you encounter into light. Use it to fuel your ascent. And watch as the universe unfolds before you, opening doors and presenting blessings that were hidden behind the veil of challenge. In this way, you become not only a conqueror of opposition but a radiant example of how faith and positive power can turn the tide of any battle and lead to ultimate victory. Often, the face of opposition seems harsh and unyielding, and it is easy to view those who stand against us as nothing more than enemies. forces to be feared, avoided, or defeated. But what if the truth were far deeper and more profound? What if those adversaries are not just obstacles but vital, unseen allies sent to serve a higher purpose in your spiritual journey? When you look beyond the surface of conflict and struggle, you will discover that every enemy is, in fact, a mirror reflecting the hidden parts of yourself, the fears, doubts, and shadows you have yet to recognize and overcome. Adversaries challenge you not only on the outer plane but within your soul. They bring to light the weaknesses and insecurities that lie dormant, daring you to face and conquer them. This confrontation is a sacred invitation to self-awareness, growth, and transformation. When you embrace this truth, you begin to see your enemies through a new lens, not as villains but as divine teachers, whose resistance reveals the areas where your spirit is called to rise and expand. By understanding that your enemies are reflections of your inner fears, you shift from a posture of victimhood to one of empowerment. Resentment and anger, while natural, no longer hold you captive. Instead, you move into a space of grace and forgiveness, recognizing that holding grudges only tightens the chains that bind you to limitation. The moment you release bitterness, you open yourself to healing and spiritual liberation. This is the key to breaking free from the cycle of conflict and stepping into your true power. The spiritual journey is not about avoiding opposition, but learning to navigate it with wisdom and love. Each adversary you face serves as a guide, pointing you toward the next level of your awakening. The friction they create polishes your soul like a precious gem, bringing forth your brilliance and clarity. The lessons hidden in every challenge are gifts that no comfort or ease could ever provide. They cultivate resilience, deepen your faith, and strengthen your connection to the divine. Moreover, when you understand the sacred role your enemies play, you begin to bless them rather than curse them. This blessing is a profound act of spiritual alchemy, transforming negative energy into light and love. It disarms hostility and opens the door to unexpected opportunities. Your enemies may continue to oppose you outwardly, but internally, you have transcended their power. You have reclaimed your sovereignty by seeing their true purpose in your life. This realization transforms your entire experience of conflict. You become a warrior of peace, someone who moves through challenges with dignity, grace, and an unshakable trust in divine providence. You no longer waste energy battling foes but instead focus on your own growth and the fulfillment of your highest potential. Your enemies, once sources of fear and frustration, become catalysts for your spiritual awakening and success. In this sacred dance between opposition and growth, you learn that nothing is truly against you. All things conspire in your favor, even those who appear to be your enemies. They work, perhaps unknowingly, to break down old patterns, reveal your inner light, and prepare you for the magnificent destiny that awaits. To embrace this truth is to step into a place of power beyond measure, where the forces of opposition are transformed into the allies of your soul's highest good. Words are not mere sounds or scribbles on a page. They are the very tools through which reality is shaped and transformed. The power of faith combined with the spoken word is one of the greatest forces in the universe. When you speak with conviction, clarity, and unwavering belief, you are not simply expressing your thoughts. You are commanding the very fabric of life to bend to your will. Every word you utter is a declaration of your destiny, a seed planted in the fertile soil of the universe, destined to grow into your manifested reality. When opposition arises, as it inevitably will, your words and your faith become your most potent weapons. Opposition may come dressed in doubt, fear, or hostility, but your response through words and faith can dissolve these barriers like sunlight melting morning mist. Speak boldly, with the certainty of one who knows the end of the story before it begins. Declare that every enemy, every challenge, is working in your favor, that they are stepping stones placed by divine design to elevate you to greater heights. This declaration is not empty bravado. It is a sacred truth that transforms your internal state and shifts the external circumstances around you. Faith is the foundation upon which your words gain power. It is the invisible force that breathes life into your declarations and infuses them with unstoppable energy. Without faith, words are hollow and ineffective. But with faith, they become thunderbolts, shaking the very foundations of limitation and fear. Faith bridges the gap between your current reality and the victory you are determined to claim. It strengthens your spirit, aligns your mind with the highest truth, and unlocks doors that no human effort alone could open. You must cultivate the habit of speaking affirmations that uplift and empower. Say to yourself and to the universe, I am victorious in every circumstance. No enemy can stand against the power of my faith. Every challenge is an opportunity for triumph. I claim my success now, and it manifests effortlessly. These words are not just hopeful wishes, they are commands infused with divine authority. As you speak them, you align your vibration with the truth of your victory, and the universe responds accordingly. The spoken word carries a creative force so mighty that it can literally transform your world. It is the voice of your soul calling forth your destiny. When you combine the power of faith with positive declarations, you create a magnetic field that attracts circumstances, people, and resources to support your cause. Your enemies lose their power because your words and faith create a shield around you, protecting you from negativity and empowering you to rise above all opposition. This power is accessible to everyone. It does not depend on your past, your education, or your current situation. It is a divine gift waiting to be claimed. By mastering your words and deepening your faith, you become the master of your fate, the captain of your soul. Opposition becomes not a threat, but a signpost pointing toward your inevitable victory. So speak boldly, believe unwaveringly, and watch as every word you utter aligns you with the highest good. Let your faith roar louder than any doubt, and let your words carve a path through every obstacle. In this sacred union of faith and word, you find the power to conquer all opposition and step fully into your divine destiny.